everyone, and welcome to Scrap Saturdays. I hope you're all doing well. Yes, I realize that this is a 24-minute video, but I figured it was going to take me 10 minutes just to say hello. Where have you been? I've been right here. Yeah, a little bit delayed with my Reagan kit, because now I have my Alexis kit. I think that's the name of it. It's in a box. I still didn't open it so I can do a proper box opening video. Yeah, about 10 minutes of yapping and then another 20 minutes of yapping. So I figured at the beginning of this video I would just smush together the two things that I did, which was the preparation of my Reagan kit. Yeah, and it's so beautiful. Love the navy blue. Love the navy blue. Fantastic colors. And so basically it's the same thing. I left it all in there. I fast forward as much as I could. But I just thought maybe you wanted to see how I start off, because I really firmly believe that you need to like hack into whatever you have, right? And I know a couple people were excited that I bought the paper pad from Michael's, and then I'm going to do a video just like this with my paper pad and show you, how I'm going to hack into that as well. And it is possible. So just because you're, seeing me with the Felicity Jane kit, that doesn't mean anything. You can still do what I'm doing. I'm using all of my tools. I'm cutting up my paper. I'm looking at it. I'm getting to know it. It's an intimate process. It really is. It's just a feeling for it. And once you cut into paper, it's used. Right? The excuse of trying to save it or hoard it is kind of lost there. So I really like this approach. It really has totally transformed. I mean, the first thing that I ever did that was completely different, excuse me, it's been a while since I've talked on this microphone. The first thing that I did that was completely different in my scrapbooking hobby was changing from a 12 by 12 to an 8.5 by 11. And that changed the way I scrapbooked. For sure, it was just a different kind of flavor, a different kind of feeling, and it reignited the feeling that I had lost. And then the second thing that I found is this. It's very, very boring. I get it. You're going to see me do like the most boring thing, but it's so vital for your hobby. It really is, because it's two things, maybe five things, but two things for sure. One, it gets you prepared to scrapbook. And two, it gets you using all of the tools, not just the scrapbooking kit. So here's the Simon Says stamp kit that I use, or die set that I use all the time. You can go backwards and press pause if you have to, because I know a few of you have asked me, which one I use, and that is my favorite. It's not all of these. Not all of these come from that one. Like the pink circle there with a black and white stripe piece of paper, that comes from a different Making Memories set. I just kind of pick and choose my favorites. Like there's a Maggie Holmes bow set there. There's some Spellbinders tabs, the gold dies there on the left. So there's a little bit of everything. It's probably my top favorites. It's my top go-to type things. And so yes, it's a boring process. I'm showing you what I do. I use the middle of these pieces of paper. So this is the leftover 3.5 inch piece of paper, give or take a bit. I didn't properly measure it, but you know what I mean. So this is whatever I have left from cutting down my papers to 8.5 by 11. And then I just find a way to sneak on as many pieces that I can. And then I run it through my Cuttlebug, right? And my Cuttlebug, like those plates, are destroyed. I've used the same Cuttlebug for years and I love it. So this is basically what I'm showing you. I know it's, nothing exciting. It's not going to blow your mind away. And I have probably, as you know from my past videos with my cackling and laughing, I watch stuff too. So I try to do as much as I can to make my time the most efficient. And I really want to translate that to you guys because, of course, I haven't been on YouTube for a long time. I haven't even been watching videos, to be very honest with you guys, because I've been trying to use my time efficiently for myself. And that's huge, right? I'm still in this whole self-love practice. And I'm still taking care of who I am. And I do have these Guardian Angel Oracle cards. And it's a side of me that I really don't talk about very much. It's a very personal side. And usually, maybe once a week on Fridays, because Friday morning is when I go to yoga, I sit and I just play some yoga music, and then I do my own card reading, which I've been practicing on how to incorporate my own energy and try to find, what answers and what things do I find serendipitous and just come to me. Because that's really what an oracle card reading is, right? All of those cards will have a human meaning and purpose to them. We've all had common life experiences that would explain what a card reading would tell you, right? So it's not like I'm psychic and those cards that jump out at me are going to be telling me something that I've never heard before. No, it's a reading that sort of allows me to tap into what I'm feeling and what I'm needing. And the reading that I had this morning, I got a play card right in the middle. I do a past, present, future reading. So I do 3 cards when I pull them from my deck. And I was surprised because I've been really coming down to my scrapbooking room and really just turning the corner and sitting on the couch when I've had a few minutes. And I've been reading books lately, a lot of, yoga books, some yoga theory and stuff like that. So honestly, I haven't stopped in my room. I haven't even come in here. I didn't even give it an opportunity. So the first half that you're watching, this is probably somewhere in January that I did this. Maybe after my sister's baby's baptism. I'm not sure. But then the second half of this video was literally this afternoon. This afternoon is when I did the process video, so just hours from now. And it was because of that play card. I read it and it said, you need to take time. You need to make time to, get away from working so hard and focusing on things that you're trying to perfect in your life, but you also need to make time for play. And I was so grateful, because I do really believe that sometimes, when you get little signs like this, you have to inhale them. You have to say, okay, I get it. And so I did. I went to yoga and I took a shower. I had a little munchie, and then I came downstairs and I put on my YouTube. No, I put on Netflix and I started to scrapbook, and I allowed it to be what it was going to be. So I printed out a whole bunch of photos, and you'll see it soon, of my sister's baby's baptism, because the colors in the Reagan Kit really spoke to that. I thought I was going to do something completely different when I first saw, the sneak peeks of Reagan. I thought, I'm going to use, some winter photos that I had taken, because there's snowflakes and stuff like this in this kit. And then once I saw the tones, and then I remembered all the tones, like my sister's son was wearing this beautiful crushed velvet jacket that he got. And I think my son has the same one. I think it's like an H&M one, but it's just beautiful, just awesome colors. So yeah, my oracle cards told me, aside from the beautiful, lovely messages of, where are you, Monica? I'm missing you. Thank you so much for those messages. I love them. I love when you reach out with love and that you tell me that you miss me, and I acknowledge that and I understand, and then I don't know why, but I do need time for myself. I don't know. It's not just time for myself without the scrapbooking. It's different kind of time. And so here you're seeing that I'm doing some really hard algebra, because I'm going to be making some very small tag holders for those. I call them Project Life type cards that you see down on the bottom right corner. And I had to make a green template because I never really get it right on the first time. I don't know how you guys are, but I'm really not like this precision type scrapbooker. I never have been. I'm not the kind that could tell you like all the brands and all the things, and I wish that I had more interest in that, but I don't. And so staying true to who I am is the best way that I can scrapbook. If I come in here and I try to be something else or be someone else, I'm not going to do it. So I know that you've asked me for where is the tutorial to these pockets, and it's in my January Felicity Jane kit preparation. So it's titled something, whatever the kit is called, because I can't think of it at this moment. Please forgive me. It's whatever kit, preparation kit from January. then that's where you see the larger size. And this is the smaller ones. And because I wanted to make a peekaboo window here so that we can see the chapter number that comes pre-printed on the card, I was just trying to measure so that I can get a nice window. It's still going to be freestyle. You're going to see me wobble with my X-Acto knife and cut this out, but you know, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. And sorry for my head in the way, but it is what it is. And that's what I do. That's basically like, it's old school. You get your ruler and you quasi-estimate where you think that window needs to be, just to make it a little bit different, right? Just to make it a little bit funky for yourself. And it does not have to be perfect. It doesn't. Nobody's going to come into your albums with a ruler and tell you that it's like a smidget to the left and it's off-centered, because it doesn't matter. So just do it. Have fun with it. And that's what I did. I think somewhere in between this, my brother called me. I remember it was such a long pause and I forgot to press stop on my recorder. And it was, you know, that's the thing. It's life. There's so much life happening around me. And right now, like, I just finished yelling at my crew. I'm like, be quiet. I have to do a voiceover. And it's been so long. And yeah, self-love. That's what I'm doing. It's not even complicated. There are no excuses. It's still winter time. I go to work every single day, God bless, right? Because we need abundance of money to live this life that we live. You know, the negativity that we think that maybe there's something better, but settling and being honored doing what you do is good enough because you're blessed with the money that you get. And I know that makes sense. And then there's just the other side of myself, right? The other side that craves the movement that I'm getting or the spirituality that I'm getting from my yoga practice. And ironically, this next series that I'm going to attempt to do, I said attempt, I already have 2 layouts done and it's Friday night. So hopefully I continue on with that and make some more time for it. See how cute that turned out? So cute. I love the peekaboo of the polka dots on the inside, and you can see that it's not, you know, perfect, but it's there. And so now we're on to today's video. Yay! And all those pictures that I printed out of my sister's. So cute. Her son, Julian. It's the one that you see there in the photo. It's her little one, his baptism. And so what was I just saying that was so important? Yeah, so it's a different side. Like, yoga gives me a spiritual side. And I've come a long way, and it's probably the most important thing that I want to talk about because I don't think I've touched on it yet. I have made a point where I've told you that, you know, religion is important and respecting the way that people pray is important. And I've really, really touched on that. But for myself, when I start out my day, I so look forward to that first half when I land on my mat, where it's so sacred to me. It's a reflection of my entire week, right, leading up to Friday. And it's just a stop. It's just a pause. And that's what feeds my soul. And so the few hours that I do have, like I'm trying to sneak in even more time with yoga, that's where my time is going. And that's why you're not seeing me as much on YouTube, because I can't do it all. I magically can't be, you know, a mama bear to 2 amazing kiddos and then, you know, a sexy cat wife for my husband. I really am not. That was just funny. You know, and do all those things. Like, something has to go. And that scared me for a little while. I thought I was going to do a video where I was going to be like, okay, guys, you know, I quit. I can't do both of these. And I'm still weighing those 2 factors. I'm still really, really feeling the pressure of, what do I do? Do I continue to feed myself and my soul with yoga? And the answer is going to be absolutely yes. Do I love, you know, scrapbooking? The answer is absolutely yes. Do I have time to do both all the time as regularly as I want to? The answer is no. And so that's where the crossroads is for me at this time. It's the fact that I truly know that I miss this portion of talking to you because I know I'm talking to you. And I miss our conversations and I miss uploading a video. And I don't know if it's so much, to be honest, about, you being completely inspired right now with this layout, because it's not like it's completely different than anything you've seen, right? But then it comes back to everything in life. And I hope that this really gives you the inspiration if you're needing it today in your craft, in your hobby, and whatever it is that you feel. I want you to understand that when I go to yoga, I'm doing the same steps. It's the same 40 poses over and over, right? And so that's why I chose to leave in the beginning preparation of this video in this video, so that you can see it's the same 40 steps leading up to the same type of layout. It's the same type of layering. It's the same type of movement. Maybe I go deeper on one edge. Maybe I now can totally layer, 6 photos versus 2 photos. It's where I started to where I am now, right? And then the first 2 layouts that I do, because I've been out of practice of scrapbooking, are not going to be as phenomenal as my last 3 or 4, or vice versa. It depends. And it's the same thing with my yoga. There are days where I completely, totally nail it, and my practice is solid, and I feel one and united. Same thing with scrapbooking. It's this flow. It's this dedication. It's the practice of. The practice of. And so all of that together, everything together, right, creates a hobby, creates a habit, creates a daily process of something that brings you joy. And what is that going to be for you? And so for as much as I miss you guys, and as much as I respect this platform, and as much as I know I promise that I'm going to be on here, it might not be as frequently as it was before, because right now my soul is being nourished by something so much greater than I can tell you. And I'm growing and I'm changing from that. And I'm finding this peace and this solitude. And all I can really say is that I wish that all of you could feel that too. And if scrapbooking is truly that only outlet or the platform where you feel that you want to reach that type of feeling, then you need to do what I'm saying. You need to do the same 40 steps every single day. And you need to let it be what it's going to be without overthinking it. And it's not because you promised somebody else something. It's because you know for you, it's a promise you made to yourself. A promise you made to yourself to be the best version you can be right now, right here. And so I juggle things around, right? I really, really, really struggled. I kind of see myself pushing and thinking, and where do I want this? And that ticket that I stamped out, I used some Memento ink. It's called Peanut Brittle. And it's like a gold, yellow. I really like it. It's kind of got a vintage antique flair look to it. And I like the layering stamp for sure. And at first I thought, should I fussy cut it out? Meh. And so I'm thinking if I'm going to keep it or not, because it's kind of always that it doesn't really go yet. I'm still trying to play around with all the colors, and I'm pausing. And that's the truth. When you get back into something, there's going to be that awkward pause, right? Anybody you see at anything that they do, whether they're a professional athlete or anything, the first few times you get back into something, there's always an awkward pause, right? It's embracing that and understanding that it's needed. You need to feel awkward in order to move forward, in order to know what momentum you need to get you to the next side, in order to feel that, right? And so here, I thought I wanted to make the title Cheers, but then when I see that I only have so many E's, I gravitate to just making it a basic title of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's no rhyme or reason. No, maybe the amount of glasses that my brother-in-law Christopher is filling with some champagne, some Prosecco, so we can cheers for Julian's baptism. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought, I never really use numbers. I never really use them up in my layout. And I just didn't know what word to do. And I knew we were recording and all that. All that. It's all the truths. It really was. But then in the end, I liked it. I thought, yeah, that's the title. I love the stamp that says the little things. It is the little things, right? It's the little things. So I hope that you guys know that I miss you all very much. And I do respect that you guys hold space for me. I really love that. I love that, I've got so many new subscribers over the last few weeks, and I welcome you all. And I hope you're truly inspired. I hope you find what you need in this hobby. I hope that it truly feeds you on a level that it just fulfills you to what you need, not what you think others think that you should be doing. Do what it is that feeds your soul. I can't, stress that enough, because I know now, it's funny, we grow, we live, and we learn, right? I know now at this stage, at this point in my life, I don't need to make excuses anymore for anyone. And it's not in a rude way at all. It's in such a liberating way of finding what really works for you, of knowing that when you do spend time, when you sit in your room, when you're cutting up paper, when you are truly scrapbooking, it needs to feed your soul. You need to know that your time is being well spent. And again, it's all relative, right? Because life is so short. And everything around us is so precious. And we really do have a choice. We really can control how we live our life and how we live our best life. And that's what I wish for all of you. And I'm growing and I'm changing and I'm accepting and I'm learning and I'm surrendering. And I just want you all to surrender with me. I want you to know that you're so worth it, that you're so loved, and you're so blessed, and we're so blessed to be connected here on this YouTube, on whatever this is, whether or not it's inspiring you to cut up your paper, to sprinkle it with some beautiful golden shimmer liquid, to title it 54321 just because. Whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're needing, I hope that I can participate in a little bit of that and bringing you back that same love that you leave me here. I love the way it turned out. That old tag, I say old tag, is from a different Felicity Jane kit, but the gold on it, it just screamed out for this champagne picture. I love it. I just love the way it turned out. It was basic and simple with those little photos on the side of my brother and my sister-in-law trying to dress Julian just before we bring him to God and ask God to bless him with love and light. Such a beautiful day, siblings coming together, growing and changing and accepting our lives the way that we have to live them now, understanding that this is the way we're going to do things together, united, right? And that's what we cheers to. We cheers to family. We cheers to God. We cheers to little ones that are chosen to come beyond and in front of Him and ask for His blessing. And so we do the rituals, right? Be inspired. Be inspired, my friends. Make time. Take time. Because as you know, this hobby heals. And I will see you all very, very soon.